What's going on, YouTube? I am Prepper Princess, the author of Living on Almost Nothing. If you are interested in my book, link down below. You all know Nala, and Rocky is right there. All right, so I don't know if you guys have noticed. I'm sure that you have. Bills are going up. Like, I'm not talking about rent, mortgage, car. I'm talking about utilities, basically. And over the last 6 months to a year, you know, I used to shop around, be able to pinch a penny till it screams and ask for discounts and find different ways to save money on things. I'm happy to save $5 a month. I mean, I switched my internet service to a local provider, saved whopping $5 a month. And people are like, I wouldn't have gone to the trouble. Well, $5 a month is $60 a year over 10 years. That's $600. If you took that $600 and put it into an interest-bearing account or put it in the S&P 500 at a 10% rate of adjustment, after 7.5 years, your $600 would be $1,200, and after 10, it would be about $1,500. Anyway, so $5 is nothing to scoff at, okay? $5 is $5, and it adds up. But here are some things that I've noticed where bills have gone up, and where I used to be able to find a way to save, those options are no longer available. I apologize that I'm not filming in an exciting location around my backyard. My back is not doing so good today, so I'm trying to rest it as much as I can after doing my walk. Anyway, so one of the things that we're no longer able to save money on is using less water. So it used to be back in the day, water bills would be whatever they were, and you were on certain tiers, and if you lowered your water usage, or you timed your showers, or you did laundry only once a week, full loads, cold water, you'd be able to save. Here's the problem that we're having is that now it's not just usage. These corporations have figured out that we are in fact able to save money by using less water. So we can't have people using less water. So what we're going to do is we're going to charge a usage fee, a service fee, a connection fee for you to have the ability to have that water. Another thing is that in certain, here's, this makes me mad. Two things. Number one, you can have, at least here, you can have rain barrels, okay? You're allowed to have rain barrels. You can have your gutter going into rain barrels, and you can use that rain barrel for water collection, water your garden or whatever, but you are not permitted to have the water barrel connected to your home, like to go into your water heater and drink. You're not allowed to do that. I personally think that, America, we should be able to do whatever the heck we want with free water that comes down from the sky. And we can take that personal responsibility, accountability of whatever may come. Just my personal opinion. So yeah, too many usage fees. You can't save money if you conserve water. Number two, smaller garbage cans. Now, I don't know if this is true for everyone everywhere, but here in California, our garbage service has different size garbages. One is super small for like a single person. Then it goes to the big one, and then it goes to like a giant one. There's I think there's three. I've only seen people use two, but I've heard there's a third size. And it used to be, the smaller garbage can is like half the size of the average one. Half the size. It used to be that you have half the size garbage cans, so they charged you half the amount. That's not the case anymore. If I were to switch from a big garbage can, which I have right now, which is probably for a family of 4 to 6, if I were to switch to the small one, which is intended for 1 to 2 people, and that's pretty much what I fill, I would save a whopping like $2 a month. There's no point. What's the point? I'm starting to think it might be a good idea for some people, not necessarily me, but see what the laws are where you live, and see if you're allowed to cancel garbage service. Get with a neighbor or two, and if they're single and you're single and they're single, get a big garbage can, put it all together, and then divide by 3. I mean, Thanks for the $2 savings. I'm not interested. I'll just take the bigger one. Number 3, and this is where you guys are probably seeing it too, is conserving electricity does not save you money anymore. Now, you all know that I'm on solar. The solar came with the house. I didn't buy the solar. I didn't pay for the solar. And it's Pacific Gas and Electric. So they combine them in a bill. And before I moved to Arizona, when I lived in the Bay Area, no connection fee. And this was really great because not just in California, but I'm pretty sure you understand that it's everywhere, is that the infrastructure is crumbling. So in order to keep the infrastructure from being overwhelmed, causing brownouts and blackouts, they ask people to save electricity. But now, and that's what they did before, and it worked for like 15 years. People just use less electricity because it helped, it lowers the bills. Nowadays, PG&E has a connection fee, which they never had before. So, and it's not just a connection fee everywhere. Like in other places, I have heard where and these are huge connection fees. And I saw this in Arizona too. In Arizona, it was like a $25 connection fee. And I only used $12 a month in electricity. Plus I had to pay the $25. And I'm telling you, there was something wrong with that meter. They were screwing us. And every time I brought it up to them, I even proved it. They said, it's your problem. Like, you're doing something wrong. It's not us, it's you. Like, no. So, and not only processing fees, connection fees, service fees, and stuff like that. Now, companies, counties, and places like that are forcing paying customers to, it's like your connection fee is $50 and plus another $50 to pay for the people who can't pay their bill. So you're already being charged $100, but you're only getting charged like 12 cents a kilowatt hour. So even if you were to conserve electricity, you're still going to have a bill of $150. So what's the point in conserving in order to save $5 a month? It's not worth it anymore. It didn't used to be like that. It used to be without the connection fees, you were incentivized to use less electricity so that your bill would be smaller. But now you're going to have a huge bill no matter what you do. So what's the point? Used to be, if you couldn't afford to go to plays or concerts, you could volunteer to be an usher or work in the snack bar or maybe security, and you would get to be able to have a free concert. That doesn't work anymore. Apparently you are not allowed to do that anymore. At least for 80% of the places that, like if you wanted to see Taylor Swift, I very much doubt you could say, hey, I'll be security, or I'll be an usher, or I'll sell peanuts from the stands. You're not going to see a $1,500 Taylor Swift concert by being a volunteer. So that's another one. So plays, concerts, sports, it just doesn't work anymore. You can't volunteer and get free stuff. The next one, how many do I have? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we're on number 5. Growing a garden. I said it. Even with food prices incredibly inflated, growing a vegetable garden is not saving anybody any money. So the seeds that used to be 59 cents are now $4.79. And let's say you buy zucchini seeds and you only have enough space for maybe, let's say 2 plants. I usually do 2 plants. And you grow 8 zucchinis. Okay. So 8 zucchinis, but you're weeding, you're watering, you're spending time. Time is money. And you just got $8 worth of zucchini in response to $4.79 for the seeds, plus your time, your water, and everything else where you can no longer save. So for the most part, unless you do it, and plus people go crazy on their gardens. They spend all this money on borders and bark, mulch, compost. They spend all their money on all these different decorations and things to make their garden grow wonderfully, and then they spend a ton of time on it. Growing a garden necessarily save you any money. I think it's great as a hobby. It is amazing for physical and mental health. If you love spending time in your garden, awesome. I personally prefer plant it and forget it. Part of the reason I moved back to California, because that's what happens. You just go like this with your seeds and you grow a garden. You don't have to have a green thumb to grow things in California. Let's just put it that way. All right, so the next one, this is number 6, and disputing property tax or disputing the value of your house to lower your property tax. Anybody tried that in the last 5 years? Probably a good idea not to try that, because with inflation going crazy, you may go in to have your house revalued to reduce the taxes, and your house has doubled in value and your taxes get a huge increase. Huge increase. So that doesn't work anymore. Somebody mentioned that to me and I would, are you crazy? Are you crazy? I'm not calling the tax. No, leave it be. You can't save money that way. And people say that you used to be able to. Maybe in 2008, that was almost 20 years ago. We're almost at 28 years, folks. We're not that far away. Okay, second to last one. Thrift stores. You used to be able to go and get shirts for $1, pants for $3, depending on the thrift store, but for the most part, even, oh man, Savers in the Bay Area used to be the best, and they just went AWOL. The only good thrift store I have found was when I lived in Arizona. I had one a couple blocks away from my house. Amazing thrift store. Pants, 2 for $5. Shirts, $1 across the board. Any shirt in the whole place. And that place was packed. They were great. Books, 50 cents. Hardback, paperback, doesn't matter. Take a book. Amazing thrift store. But you don't see that anymore. And it's not just Goodwill and St. Vincent de Paul. It's pretty much every thrift store. These thrift stores are, you know, you used to go in there and see a couch or a dining table for 20 bucks. Now they want $400 for them. It's insane. What they're requesting for other people's garbage is just insane. I predict that thrift stores are going to become few and far between, because it's actually, you're probably better off just going to Walmart. You don't even have to go to the clearance section. You can get shirts at Walmart or Amazon Basics. These shirts from Amazon Basics are like the only ones that I wear in hot weather, because they have this special, I don't know, material that makes it just so much more comfortable. It's not cotton. It kind of like wicks away the sweat and stuff like that. I've got like 5 of these, and I've got some in maroon too and white, and they're pretty much the only shirts I wear when it's above 78 degrees. They're really nice shirts. Amazon Basics. All right, so the last one, and this one kind of hurts. Aside from a couple of things, shopping on Amazon and at Walmart are no longer the cheapest. I have seen this in the last few months, and I don't shop at either one anymore. I will do whatever it takes to avoid these stores, but they're not cheaper. I was looking for a basketball. If anybody lives in the area and you have a spare basketball, let me know, because I've had a hard time finding them. We have a local Ace Hardware, and they had them, but the basketballs were not normal sizes. They were like too small. So not my thing. I did end up going to Dollar General, and they had basketballs that were the right size, but they were all flat. And then I looked at Walmart, and for starters, I would have to travel 15, 20 miles to the nearest Walmart. I don't like the experience there, because I go there, everything's locked up, or most of the stuff is locked up. I have to wait in line to get somebody to come and get the item I want to buy. I take the item, and then I have to go and wait in line to check myself out, and then I have to go and wait in line for somebody to check my receipt. Last time I went to Walmart was December of last year. So, I won't be going to Walmart. Amazon is getting wacky with their prices. I know that there was something about Amazon putting their before and after prices of the tariffs, and then they went away with that, but it made people really mad. And it feels like the private sellers on Amazon are kind of getting screwed over a little bit, and Amazon is just making all of the profit. But the prices on Amazon are more expensive. And by the way, I live in a small town, a very small town, not a lot of people. We don't have that many grocery stores. We've got 4. When I moved here, we only had 2, but now we have 4. We have 4 grocery stores. And when you look at the prices at the local grocery stores in a small town, nothing special in terms of pricing. It's about half the price here at just a local grocery store. Not a brand, not like a Raley's or a Aldi or a Safeway, just any grocery store. And it's like half the price of what it is on Amazon. So it's not saving you any money. And Walmart, with their food prices, I don't think that Walmart processed food and pre-packaged food has great prices, but their fresh stuff, their fresh fruits and vegetables and meat, and that's all I eat, with the occasional processed food, bad thing, sugary treat for me and my coffee. But Walmart's prices are not good unless you're buying pre-packaged garbage. So yeah, not good. So those are the 3, 6, 8 ways that you used to be able to save and you can't save anymore. And another one, my car insurance, no accidents. I haven't had a ticket since 10 years. Went from $600 a year to $900 a year, and that's liability only. I even called, what is that? For the best car insurance rates in town, call 1-800-GENERAL now. Called him, wanted double of what I get with AAA, but going from $600 to $900, what is that percentage, by the way? 50%? Yeah, it went up 50% this year. I don't even drive. I don't remember the last time I brought my car out. It's collecting dust and spider webs in the driveway because I don't ever drive. I walk everywhere or ride the e-bikes. Anyway, are you guys as frustrated as I am? Like, I am the frugal queen. Frugal Princess was taken when I started this channel, okay? So was California Frugal. But I'm running out of options on saving, folks. Everything's just going up. And let me know if you were around in the 70s and 80s. It feels like it's like the worst I've ever seen, that's for sure. But if you were alive in the 70s and early 80s, I was a baby. Tell me, was it, because I heard that it was like record inflation back then. Tell me if it feels worse now than it did back then. Because I'm curious. Nobody seems to have an answer. So I know some of you older gentlemen and ladies are taking a look. Tell me, is it worse now or then? Do what you can with what you've got. Prepper Princess out. I have a begging strip in my hand. And Nala, she starts having seizures whenever I have these. What? Can you... Oh. What? Here. She knows a bunch of tricks, so she just does them all at the same time so that she makes sure she covers all her bases to get the treat. And it's entertaining, that's for sure. Oh, little one. Yeah? Okay. And Rocky's in there in the kitchen eating his peanut butter Kong tire thingy. Good times. Get him, Nola. You gonna let him get away with that? Get him, Nola. Get him. Oh, why are you so heavy? Why are you so heavy? Oh, Rocky, you're such a good big brother. Oh, I love you.